For the third time in 4 seasons, Arsenal are top of the Premier League at Christmas, but they've got bang-in form Manchester City breathing down their necks. So we're debating, who would you rather be in the title race, Arsenal or City? Well, Arsenal beat Everton 1-0 at the weekend thanks to a Viktor Gyokeres penalty. Victory is Arsenal's 12th of the season and keeps them top by 2 points. But we all know how formidable Manchester City are in title races, though, and they won comfortably against West Ham on Sunday. Erling Haaland scored another 2 goals, taking his tally to 19 for the season. That's 14 more than Arsenal's top scorer in the league. That is Gyokeres.
Whose shoes would you rather be in? Arsenal are number 1 at Christmas, Daniel. So would you rather be in their position?
I want to be top, of course. You want to be top of the league. You want to be in control of your destiny.
I fancy Arsenal. I think they've got the best squad. But what I will say is there's one player that's almost single-handedly changing it for me in Manchester City and making them such an enjoyable side to watch, and that's Ryan Cherki. He has brought so much enjoyment to that team. I watch how City are playing and I look at that team and I think I'd love to play in that team. It looks such a joy. They're smiling, they're celebrating, they're doing the robot together, Haaland and Cherki. I look at Arsenal at the moment, it feels like everything's a little bit of hard work. It feels difficult. You have to grind wins out. But when I look at Man City, they're a real danger. And I didn't see that 6 weeks ago, I have to be honest. But that's Pep and that's the players that they've signed.
Right, Tim, who would you rather be? Top of the table by 2 points, Arsenal, or Manchester City with Erling Haaland and the experience of winning titles?
I've seen Redknapp do the robot as well, by the way. That's terrible. I would rather be Arsenal. I'll take the 2 points. This league is going to be won by 1 or 2 points or goal difference. It's going to be that tight. So I'd rather be where Arsenal are at the moment. It'd be interesting. I believe, and I know he probably wouldn't give us the answer and wouldn't give us a straight answer, but if you ask Mikel who he'd rather, what squad he would rather manage at the moment, I think he would take his own squad. And I know Jamie said there he'd love to play in that Man City side. I wouldn't mind playing in that Arsenal side either. You know, 2 wonderful sides. Look, if you're at the top of the league and you've got someone chasing you, you don't want, I've been there myself. And when he looked behind, we saw a team in red and they were Man United and they were serial winners with a manager who knew how to get over the line. That's exactly what Arsenal are experiencing at the moment. Mikel must be looking in the rearview mirror and seeing that light sky blue shirt coming at him with Pep Guardiola there, you know, who's serial winning, knows how to go course and distance. They will get edgy. They have worried me a little bit, Arsenal. The Wolves game worried me at home. I think they dropped off. They looked like they were a little bit anxious towards the latter stages of the game, but they got the job done. They cannot play with that anxiety now. In December, you cannot, because the league doesn't start. You can lose the league now, but you can't win it. You have to start winning it and you have to start blowing teams away and playing with less anxiety between now and March when you're on the straight, when you're on the finishing line and you can see it. That is when Man City comes strong. And not only that, they have a striker in Erling Haaland who looks like no one's going to stop him at the moment. Gyokeres, although he scores at the weekend, he struggled at the moment. So they haven't got that player like Haaland. When they don't play well, he's just going to win a game for them with an unbelievable finish out of nowhere. Man City have that. But having said all that, I could make a case for both of them. But I just feel I'd rather have the 2 points because I think it's going to be that tight at the end of the season.
Well, there's a fan there, or a viewer there, Ben, who says he'd prefer to be City because Arsenal are serial bottlers. Well, I remember when that word bottle, remember that famous Tim Flowers interview? I remember talking about Blackburn and having the bottle. And that season, we've checked this, and you already knew, you were top at Christmas by 2 points over Manchester United, who finished second. So you've been in this position.
And we won by 1 point.
Yeah.
I say, listen, it is going to be that tight. You'd rather have the points in the bag. We started getting edgy. I mean, we'd obviously finished 4th in our first season in the Premier League. Then we finished 2nd, and then we won it that year in 94-95. And we believed we would win it. But it's not until March that you start feeling that anxiety. I think we were quite calm up till then because we knew, because we had a manager who had been there and done it in Kenny Dalglish as a player and as a manager, that he took the noise away from us. Don't listen to what Fergie's got to say. He's playing mind games in the media and he was trying to put us off. He realised there would be anxiety from the team who hadn't done it before, just like Pep will. He will start putting pressure on in the media on Arsenal when it gets towards the latter stages of the season. It does become who can keep their nerve. Arsenal have been top, 4 times before at Christmas, and they haven't gone on to win it. So they've been there. They know the noise will come. Everyone will start pointing the finger, as that man's done there, saying they're going to bottle it. Just wait till the end. Pep will be saying behind closed doors to the team, we know what it takes to win this title. They don't. It's going to become edgy, and we have got the advantage. He won't be saying that in public, but that is exactly what I'll be telling them Man City players. Just keep on their towels, hang on to them at the moment, because when the anxiety comes, they haven't got the experience and we have. But you have to break that duck sooner or later, and I've said it in the past. When Arsenal do break it, and I think they will do it this year, they will be contenders, and not only contenders, they will be winners for many years to come, or they'll be in that dogfight. For not only the Premier League, for the Champions League as well. I just think they need to just get over the line to give them that confidence that they've been there and they've done it.
Well, we're joined by an Arsenal fan now, Luke Henry, and Manchester City supporter Alex Mansoray as well. I know the two of you will have been listening to what Tim was saying there. Luke, we'll come to you first, because at the moment you are first in the league. 4 times you've been top at Christmas, but you've never won the league when that's happened. I know you think it's going to be different this time, but why?
So firstly, morning guys, Merry Christmas. It's nice to be top at Christmas again. And I think, Tim, you touched on it there. It's just about using the experience. Obviously, we haven't got over the line, but it's the experience of being top at Christmas. And therefore, we know that nothing is won. We have to take it one game at a time. Anyone that thought this title race was going to be very easy was very quickly mistaken, because Manchester City are very good, and we know that. But, I always go back to this interview that Declan Rice did a few weeks ago. There seems to be an anger, there seems to be a frustration amongst the Arsenal players, and they're mature about that. And what they want to do is go and win games of football. And if you look at the first 17 games of the season, we've navigated injuries to our back line that no one really expected to happen. We've had to accommodate new signings. People forget that Martin Zubimendi is his first season. He's come into our midfield and looked wonderful. And, we've only lost 2 games. And if you look in the manner of the games that we've actually lost, a last kick of the game against Aston Villa, who were absolutely excellent, and a wonder goal from Dominic Szoboszlai, we could be having a very different conversation about Arsenal actually not losing a game this season in the first 17. So sometimes you have to relax. It's a sticky period recently. And the performance, Saturday against Everton, although it was total control in football, there's too many variables and it's too unpredictable. And I think that's the thing that Arsenal fans want to see a little bit more. You can have the strongest squad, but it's about how you use it. And I thought on Saturday we played against a side against Everton, no disrespect, that didn't really want to go there and win the game of football themselves. They were just happy to be in there for 80 minutes. But when you look at the bench, you've got Eberechi Eze, Noni Madueke, and they're not bringing on an Ethan Nwaneri. I think you can use the squad and rotate a little bit more. And like you said, have fun. It's very hard for us, it's stressful as fans, but when you're on the pitch, you're the guys that are in control. And have a bit of fun. There was moments in that game where we played the ball quick and sharp, and Trossard hit the post. I'm sure the players want to play like that. We've got the attacking players to do it. However, like I said, you never know in football. You could have so much control at 1-0. Ball gets deflected in. Tarkowski takes a shot. It comes off someone's shin. It goes in. Then you have to play a football match that you don't want to play. But right now, you
got the win in the end, and Manchester City did as well, Alex. It's actually 5 wins in a row for you. But would you swap your place and points right now in the season with Arsenal?
Good morning. How you guys doing? I would like to say that would logically, of course, because Arsenal are first and we are just second. But experience-wise, the fact that we've been here before, the fact that Arsenal's been there before, and I hate to use the word fumble, I've fumbled it numerous of times, this position, it's nothing that I'm not used to. It's nothing that I'm scared of either. I believe that once the Christmas break is done, of course, Arsenal have a lot of players who are still away from injuries, like Kai Havertz, like Gabriel Jesus just coming back into the team. But these guys really didn't have an impact at all when they were really here, to the point that where they were, of course, pushing for the league title at all times. I do still think that Arsenal are strong side. Would I still swap my position with them based on emotions and not logic? No, I still think Manchester City are the team to take us all the way. And yeah, there's nothing that's really stopping me. Mikel Arteta, of course, being a previous Manchester City coach, there's a lot of respect there for him, of course, and a lot of respect for the way he sees football. But as always, the student can't always outsmart